only care about Chanel. I've been knocking these with birds and bees, been overseas with bitches who don't speak English well. Ow! Who? The only enemy here is you! Like bling blow, kaboof, Philly, I fear ya, stole my tooth, no cap on cap.
Hey you guys, what's Gucci? It's your boy SJ K-Dot, the first Black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet. I'm back here with another video. Look, I got this information for you guys regarding a remaster. Hopefully this is actually a good remaster. It's going to come with all the DLC, change up of graphics like heavily. The combat system is supposed to be revamped. The parkour system is supposed to be revamped. If you guys think you know what game I'm talking about, you guys should know. We got to talk about the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster. Now, the article I'm about to read is regarding something for the Nintendo Switch. This is probably the remaster, but the remaster is going to be on Xbox, PlayStation, and supposing Nintendo Switch. Now this remaster comes with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey Season Pass. The remaster has not been released yet, no trailers yet, but I hope this is a good remaster. I hope it's really good. I really want to see this remaster done, because I liked Assassin's Creed 3. I didn't hate Assassin's Creed 3. I actually liked the game. I actually liked Assassin's Creed 3. And I'll talk about that after. Let's get into this article. It appears Assassin's Creed 3 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Oh, really? Posted by Gavin Sheehan. Some keen-eyed people on Reddit have discovered that Ubisoft looks to be releasing Assassin's Creed 3 on the Nintendo Switch this year. A post that has been making the rounds show a Czech online retailer advertising the Liberation Collection edition of the game for the Switch with a $35 price tag and a release date of February 15th. $35, that's not bad. That's good. For 2 games, that's good. As of right now, there are no listings in North America, South America, Japan, the UK, and most of Europe for the game, so this appears to have been a leak on the part of the retailers in the Czech Republic alone. As some other sites have pointed out, with the original version of Assassin's Creed 3 was essentially maintained for the Wii U when it came out, and the company never released anything more of that nature on a Nintendo console since. They primarily stuck to making E-rated games for Nintendo, but the Switch is a different beast with a different audience. A version of the game would fit nicely among some of the more adult-themed games that allowed on the Switch, such as Doom. Soon I think they got they're bringing Dark Souls to the Switch too. But they got Doom up on that thing, so they kind of can't beat his bias. If this is true, except Ubisoft do a proper reveal shortly now that the word is out. They're gonna have to. The word's out. The cat's out the bag. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's talk about this. Well, I just wanted to update you guys with that. That's not the real purpose, but I want to talk about the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster. I'm glad this is dropping. I actually wanted to replay this game. In an actual remaster, like updated graphics. You know what? I wouldn't be, man, if they updated the engine, the combat and everything, I'll fall in love. Change the way you customize your character, allow you to remove your hood and stuff, allow you to change certain pieces of armor, like you can change your van braces, you can change your jacket and stuff, your pants, like you can change each set of your clothing, like they let you do in Odyssey or Origins. Hope they let you do that, or even Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity was a very buggy game. It was probably the buggiest Assassin's Creed game ever dropped, and that's how that game failed. Unity, the story premise of what it is, and the idea is not a bad game. The game is super buggy. That caused it to just be a failure, because the game was super buggy at launch. It was super buggy. Super buggy. Assassin's Creed Unity. That could have been a good game, but it was too buggy for us to work with, so it had to just go toss in trash can. We done with it. But the customization in there, I wish they ran with that instead of what they're doing in Odyssey. Well, in Unity, it's sort of like Odyssey, but Unity you get a huge assortment of clothing, pants, shirts. You get to change whatever you need, and you get to combine clothing. For Assassin's Creed 3, I hope they do the same thing they did for Unity. I think if they fully remade Assassin's Creed 3 with the engine they use for Unity and Syndicate, dope. I don't think they should if they were to remake this and do an actual new engine, Not the engine they used for Origins and Odyssey. I don't want to make it too RPG. Just keep it what it is. Let the gameplay plays as it is. But if they like rebuild it from the ground up on the Unity engine, the NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA. Off the NVIDIA. And they build it like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. You get an open world, you get to ride on horses and stuff. You do the frontier of America during the American Revolution. That would be dope. Overall, I really never disliked Assassin's Creed 3 because I'm going to be honest, you guys. The game wasn't even that buggy when it came out for me. It really wasn't that buggy. And when I played it, I really didn't dislike the characters. I heard a lot of people dislike Connor because they were saying he's kind of he's a boring character. But I think people was looking at his character all wrong. Because this thing about it, if you notice when you played Assassin's Creed 3, Connor was very happy in certain locations. He wasn't happy 24/7 because think about it like this. Connor was a very happy person when he would return to his village and talk to his people. A very happy person. When Connor was establishing the homestead and building new settlements for all of his friends around there, new people that was coming in, he was helping them out with their homestead missions. He was very happy helping out people, all these people in this loving community that he was trying to build from the ground up. That's when the moments when he's happy. But when he's in work mode, he's serious. And I think that's where people are thrown off by it. Because I think they want him to be like this dude, kind of a wisecracking, charismatic dude. But look at Connor. He's a Native American in the American Revolution. The freak you expect this dude to be a happy-go-lucky guy for? I didn't expect that. I expect him to be kind of a dick towards people. Very mean and sort of cautious of who approaches him. Like, for example, he didn't like people touching him. If you notice in the game, every time someone tried to run up on him and touch him, he would get up in defense. He didn't like people touching him out of custom of his culture and just for his safety in general. He didn't like people touching him. If you was a random person that touched him, you would have got your ass fucked up by Connor. I like this character. His character was appropriate. I think the problem with people as far as tone is they want to see a character like always kind of too positive, but you can still be positive and still look at things seriously. Just how Connor, it'll be a weird reaction for Connor to laugh at everything his dad says, because him and his dad had some funny banter. But Connor was a Native American boy growing up in a place where Native Americans are getting their land stolen and Africans are being used for slavery during the transatlantic slave trade and stuff and all of that, being used as slaves. How do you expect them to be happy in all this? They're not going to be those characters. That's like me expecting Tony Stark from Iron Man in the movies to be a super serious and dark character. It's not going to happen. Based on the way they grew up and how they act. They're not going to be that character. Connor, that's his character. He's not he's not Ezio. He's not Edward. He's not them. He is him. I like Connor for what he is because Connor took moments serious and he joked in leisure. He didn't crack a joke just to crack a joke. He cracked a joke when appropriate and it was organic. He wasn't like throwing out some unnecessary jokes. I think people get too hard on Connor. He wasn't actually that bad of a character if you honestly think about it. If you really think about it, look at the situation the character's in before you straight up say, "Oh, he's boring, he's whack." Well, look at what he's fighting for. This thing about Connor. This thing about Connor, how tragic his story is, how tragic it is. Connor's clearly not educated like that. He was educated to a degree by Achilles. No, wait. Was that his name? Yeah, Achilles. Achilles Davenport. He was educated by Achilles to a certain degree. Taught him how to read and taught him about the order and stuff and certain things. Now, this is the problem. Connor wasn't too wise to how the world will deceive him. Connor was deceived. He was fighting for people that said they was going to help him out. And if you get to the epilogue at the end of the game, you walking around, you see that the natives are being kicked out of their land. They're being moved to certain reservations and shit. Got to move towards the Midwest and stuff and navigate somewhere else. They got to get out of here. And you saw Connor walk around seeing slaves being sold off. Connor was tricked. He was heavily Connor knew not to trust him, but Connor was stuck in a bind because Connor's revenge to go kill Charles Lee also blinded him, and trying to kill so many Templars blinded him from knowing what's really going on. And I really fault Connor because you gotta look at it. He's a Native American boy whose education is not on par to that of the Europeans that came, or or even Achilles. Achilles was an educated man. But if you look at it, Connor wasn't that character like that. He wasn't super keen and too smart. He wasn't dumb. Connor wasn't brain dead or slow. He just wasn't, his level of intelligence wasn't on par with everybody else. Now, he was smart in his own right for certain situations. He can tell when somebody's trying to dupe him, but he wasn't too good but he was too trusting of certain people. And that's the problem. That's where he sort of got sidelined and got his character. No, I wouldn't say he got it. I think that's probably where it been thrown off. People probably seen him get tricked too much. But you know that's what happens when you're not as educated as everybody else, and you can't really fault them. Native Americans didn't want to adjust to European education. That shit was forced over here, bro. That shit was forced. The European education was forced over here. Like, nobody wanted to conform to that shit, but hey, now we all pretty much conform to that shit. So, you know, life's a bitch. It happens. But look, as far as Connor's character goes, I like Connor. I like Radun Hagedu. I like his character. Now, if you guys don't like him, that's fine. Don't crucify me for liking him. I gave my reasons for liking him. Because he gave appropriate emotion when needed. To be honest. And you gotta look at the character for what it is. If you guys dislike Connor, cool. I'm not even finna be mad. It's all good. As long as we can agree to disagree without being too hateful towards each other, cool. But overall, Connor's character, I like him. He was a tight character to me. Connor, Ezio, Edward, Bayek from Assassin's Creed Origins, those are my favorite characters right now. So, that's how it is. Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster, I hope it's tight. I hope they revamp the gameplay. I hope the graphics are actually better than what came. Not the graphics weren't bad the graphics were good for the time. I hope the graphics get boom. The graphics are here. I hope they go whoa, like they need to be pumped. The combat needs to be revamped. Hope they do that. The parkour system needs. Hope they revamp it, make it have parkour flow better. Have the parkour flow better, because that was the problem with the game in Assassin's Creed 3. The parkour was kind of buggy. But look, I'm in this video. There's your boy Kid Out, the first Black Super Saiyan girl. Robin is plenty goes to that peace, love, positivity, that stuff like always. Doses.